Hello everybody, and this is definitely a great Sunday. This is a Sunday thank you stream. The reason why this is a Sunday thank you stream is because last night on Michael Bancroft's show, I put in the chat how I want 90 subscribers so I can do this fan art piece. And I got 89, and I know that from the people who subscribed, my anticipation is that you all that are watching for the first time are going to share it out and ask for others to subscribe to my channel. And the reason why I'm asking you all to subscribe to my channel is because I am now, because of having basically hit my goal, I'm going to be doing the Diaz Brothers art contest for the Lost Pages. I've been wanting to do it, but as Miss Stippling told me, how many pages do you have done in your book? You need to stop doing these fan art contests. You need to focus on your book. But I really wanted to do this contest, so I had to justify stopping on my pages for the Scat Investigators. And Scat Investigators is the book I'm working on. It's about two Pennsylvania game wardens, and their job is to protect the creatures that go bump in the night. Nobody knows that these creatures exist. They're all creatures of myth, but they're real, and their job is to make certain that they stay hidden. So they are the ones who are performing the cover-up. So you could say that they are the bad guys because they're not exposing the truth to the public. But for me to stop working on that book, I wanted to do this fan art piece. The reason why I would do the fan art piece is because it helps me with getting you guys to see what I'm doing with doing all the art as being stippled. And part of it is because nobody stipples, or at least, let's put it this way, nobody stipples to the level that I stipple. Okay, and that's the reason why I'm really going in and doing these fan art pieces, is for you all to get excited about look how he's creating this image with just dots, and how it's not done the way most artists, comic book artists, do it. Now, I don't like to consider myself an artist. I consider myself a tradesman, because that's essentially what we're doing. Is we're taking part in commerce, and because we're taking part in commerce, we're tradesmen. We're just like a plumber, or a carpenter, or a groundskeeper. And so that's the reason why I identify as that. Yeah, I know. But that's how I see myself. Is I see myself more as a tradesman than as an artist. Okay. So I did the layout for this page a few weeks ago, and I've been trying to generate the subs to warrant doing it. So I did the layout, and I did this last night. So you can see where I've got the hobo, and he's reading pages from the Lost Book. He's going to have a barrel burnt with fire burning in it right by him. But the hobo, the back of this building, the fire escape, that is all going to be black. And then we're going to have the pages that have come out of the book be where we have the characters. After I got done doing my videos, and I'll be doing two videos today. I'll be doing this video, and I'll be doing a time-lapsed video. Okay, so when I get done with the time-lapse video, what I'll be doing is I'll be stopping what I'm doing, and I'll stop inking, and then what I'll do is I'll start working on drawing the characters in these pages. How I'm looking at how to do that is, I could do it where I simply have like I could just simply have Crimstone here, or I could have one of the other characters here and here, and I'll just like isolate images. Or what I could do is, what if this was a different page? What if this is a page of all the characters in the Lost Pages battling the evil forces, and these pages are windows into that big splash page. So maybe it's a big cityscape, and you've got one character here, and they're fighting one character, and then a foot from one character goes up in here, and they're fighting, and then they're punching the bad character, and bad characters being punched up into the air up here with another character here, and so forth. I might do that, or I might just do it with the isolated images. I don't know yet. But that's what I'll be working on with doing the page. I'll be working on that in pencils. I'll be doing that in tracing paper, and then light boxing it into the image. Give me a minute here. I need to switch to a different nib. And the sounds you're hearing in the background is music. I am working out of my local dive bar, and this is where I do all my work. I do all of my, specifically all of my inking here at the bar. And the reason why, and a lot of people would always ask me, why are you working here? And the reason why I do all my work here at a dive bar is because this is essentially my studio. This is where I get away. This is where I focus. When I'm at home and I control the TV and I control the radio, I don't get as much work done. When I'm here, I don't control the radio. I do not control the TV. Whatever's on the TV is whatever's on the TV. I apologize for using so much. It's a nervous tick, and so I apologize. I enjoy working here because you need to have a separation from your work environment from your home environment. That's one of the things I learned from working during this pandemic and working from home, is that while working at home is nice, it's very hard to separate your home life from your work life. And that's one of the reasons why before Miss Stippling, I was here quite a bit. I was not doing any drinking. I do not drink and draw. In fact, I don't drink at all anymore. But I worked here because this is where I could get work done. Because the more distractions going on around me makes it easier for me to zero in and focus on what I'm doing. What I used to do is I used to come in here on a Saturday night when the band was playing, and I want you to imagine this: big bass thumping, guitar riffs, the singer belting it out, and I'm just here like this, just banging away to the beat and just hammering it out, and everybody like, oh my God, that's so tedious. The thing is when you are in that zone, this isn't tedious. When you have that thick drum beat hammering away, and it just reverberates through the seat into your ass, you just go with the beat. And so like many times, like I find myself even in here when they play a song like a heavy rock and roll song with a strong drum beat, next thing I know, I'm just hitting the paper harder and harder. So the paper that I'm using is the Canson artboard. I don't use Joe Kubert paper because it's shit. It's absolute shit. When I work on it here, the edges start curling up. Let me show you this. This is the page that I was doing all my other stippling shorts for. And look at this page. See how the paper is already curving up? Okay? And it gets such a pain in the ass, because what ends up happening is I've got to tape it down. Then I can't move the paper around, which anybody is working on paper can tell you. And even someone who works digitally, it's so much easier to either twist the whole pad or just take the image on like an iPad and twist it So that way your hand, because you always want to be drawing an emotion where you're going like this. So let's say I'm doing hair, okay? I want to do hair. I'm going to pull away from me because it's a smooth action, okay? And when when the paper's nailed down, you can't do that. Next thing you know, you're going like this, and okay, you're pulling towards you, and you don't get that smooth flow. That's where I see sometimes when you look at a paper, at an image, you can kind of see sometimes where, oh, look how that line going this way, one line, it's smooth, and then the other line comes this way, or the line even. So if you can tell when an artist is pulling their hand away from them, okay, and it's a nice smooth stroke, whereas opposed to when they come back towards you, there's not as much control, and it might have some jagged or almost like pull out or push in. And that's where I don't like the Cooper paper, because then I have to maneuver and manipulate the whole board that I'm drawing on, not just the image. So this Canson paper is what I do all my work on, and I really enjoy it. It really handles the nib. The only thing heavier duty than this that I really wish I could work on is I wish watercolor paper is very thick, but it's very textured. If it wasn't so textured, I would love the stippling on watercolor paper, because it is just so thick, and you can just hammer the hell out of it, and it still holds up. So I'm not going to be working on this too much longer, and I apologize for anybody who's watching for the first time. Yes, this is very boring, but it's one of the things I need to do starting out, because like I said, I just literally started last night, and I wanted to have something for you guys to see. Every single video until I'm done with this piece will be on the lost pages. Every single time-lapse video I do, and those time-lapse videos generally about 30 seconds, even though I'll be working on it for like half hour to 45 minutes to an hour. So yeah, even though it's only a 30-second video, it's jammed packed with dots upon dots. So hopefully moving forward after this weekend, the stippling videos that are time-lapse and these videos, which will be much more interesting, so that way I can work on this as kind of like a behind the scenes, like when I'm not recording, I can just be hammering away at doing the page. So, but hey, welcome to everybody. Let's see here, I need to thank, okay, so my thank yous first go to the Diaz brothers for having this competition so I can take part in it. Second goes to Michael Bancroft's chat. They are the ones that I threw out and I was asking for. So here's the thing. Sometimes you can't wait for people to discover you and for it to happen organically. Sometimes you have to flat out ask for that subscription. That's what I did last night on Michael Bancroft's stream. And Mo Biggs and saw me asking, looked up my channel, posted it in the chat, and people responded. Thank you for Raiden Radio, Henry Bemis, Happy Jack Savinka, and Chris Is. Thank you all for subscribing to my channel. I hope not to disappoint you. I hope moving forward, and if this is a disappointing video, again, I anticipate the others will be much more interesting, because I'll actually have something interesting to be stippling. Until then, I do have stippling videos. I have a series of stippling videos. Many that I was doing. I did this piece here exclusively, this collage page. I did this exclusively for doing these time-lapse videos. So I have a video entitled The Pittsburgh Green Man, Bob the Zombie, Simply Zombie, Mothman, PA, Skulltree, and of course, over here we've got the Mummy. So I have videos just so you can see the progress and how those areas of this page are done. Once I'm done with the lost pages, I will be going back to this one with all the various different images. I try to do one image per video. So like the next video I do after I'm done with this lost pages would be the Headless Horseman. So that way it gives you an idea that you're not going to be left in the lurch once I'm done with this page. And so again, thank you very much for everybody subscribed. I hope that I can keep your subscription. I hope that you find value in it. It helps out a great deal. Because remember, with any creator, whether it be a large creator that's well known, or a up-and-comer like myself, liking a video, subscribing to the video, commenting it and sharing it, these are free things that you can do that mean the world to us. So, but hey, always remember, whether you get the success which you want or you don't, life will always be stressful, but I myself, I just take it all one dot at a time.